Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I regret that you can't see me smiling. And that is one thing about these times of mask wearing, is hopefully we're learning to smile with our whole face, smile with our eyes, smile with all of our being, so that those with whom we share space can see our smile arriving beyond our face. So here's me smiling, maybe wagging my tail, saying, good morning, dear ones. Welcome to Morning Mindfulness here at the Georgia Museum of Arts. And as you may know, the museum is indeed open and awaiting your company. So please go to their website for the details in how to come have an experience here safely. They'll give you the protocol. They're really looking out for you and welcoming your return. So, Georgia Museum of Art, and let's have some fun together this morning. So I'm going to invite you to get into a chair that is your throne, and allow yourself to install on your throne all the way perhaps to the back edge of your chair, so that you not only have complete support from that which is beneath you, but also that which is behind you. So let your shoulder blades arrive. Imagine, if it's not, imagine that it's a wingback chair and you've got support for the back of the head as well. So the entire back body is on the same plane. Shoulders roll to the back side. Hands resting close to your trunk on your thighs, or maybe you have arms in your throne and you just rest on the armrest and just install yourself in supreme comfort. And as you do so, I invite you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, you begin to draw your senses inward. The eyes turn inward for an inner looking. The ears turn inward for an inner listening, drawing the sense of touch to the interior. So we begin to have a felt sense of our being, keeping the shade drawn on the eyes, no worries about what's beyond you. Get really curious about that which is within you. How does it feel to be you? Go spelunking deeper and deeper within yourselves. Dropping in deeply to your felt sense. Noticing all that's so. And perhaps setting a sankalpa, a sacred intention for this time. What is it that had you join the experience this morning? Why are you here? So lay what you will on the altar. Set your sweet intentions. And then perhaps the two palms pressed at the heart, the head bows. And we take a little bow to that sacred intention within us. And we allow it to be our North Star as the hands return back to support. We're going to point our compass this morning in the direction of relaxing the eyes, the face, the skull, and just staying in the presence of relaxation dawning within us. And so we'll begin by relaxing the mind, perhaps, or having the intention of relaxing the mind. And so to do so, we're going to find our breath. And just take a moment to be a witness to the movement of life in and out of your body temple without assistance. Just breath coming and going of its own accord. Noticing the quality of the breath. Maybe it's revealing the effects of your morning beverage. There might be a little choppiness, maybe a little caffeine anxiety. Or maybe it's nice and mellow from Rooibos. Whatever it is, just notice. What's the feeling tone of the breath? Just noticing, without judgment. And then in your mind's eye, we're going to just put a layer of sound on top of the breath, just to accompany the breath coming and going. And so on the exhalation, see if you can hear the sound Om. Inhaling, Ma. Exhaling, Om. And Om, a Sanskrit word, perhaps beyond the reach of translation, but we're going to imbibe it with the meaning of light. And that could be a lightness of being light, or a radiant light, or perhaps the lightness of being emanating radiant light, right? So, Om. Exhaling, light. Inhaling, Ma. Again, Sanskrit word, sound, indicating love. So, inhaling love, exhaling light. Inhaling Ma, exhaling Om, Ma, Om, Ma, Om. And continue like that for some time. Just hearing the breath offering the vibrations. Ma, Om. And noticing how that feels within the skull, throughout the body. Receiving the breath, carrying the vibrations, Ma and Om. And the mind will hijack the experience and carry you 10,000 miles away, and your loyal breath always there to bring you home. Coming home to love and light, as if there were no better place to be. Come home again and again. And on your next inhalation, the eyes blink open with a soft gaze, right? And so that's going to be like the wallpaper of our mind, something that's always there, Ma and Om on the breath. And let's bring awareness into the eyes, moving from the mind to the eyes. But the mind continues to have that loop of Ma and Om in the backdrop. And as we come into the eyes, awareness of the eyes, just notice how your eyes are feeling. And if you'd like to close them, to get a little bit deeper into that felt sense, what is the story of your eye sockets? If how your eyes were feeling was a book, what would the title be? How do your eyes feel? Without making it right or wrong, good or bad, just noticing. Awareness. And And then let's offer some love. So eyes are open, just to have a peek. So I'm borrowing from the EFT, the emotional freedom technique now. I'm just going to borrow a little bit of tapping. And the intention of tapping is to free any distortion from this area of the body. So you're going to imbibe your fingertips with sweetness and just do a little bit of tapping right above the eyebrow. Let it be soft and gentle. Maybe close your eyes and feel it. Receive it as loving kindness, right? Oh, it's gentle and sweet. And then we move from tapping above the eyebrows to tapping the temples. Just soft little tapping, as if we're tapping away any nonsense, any distortion, anything that doesn't serve us in our highest good. Just tap, tap, tap to loosen it and let it go. And then we're going to come down beneath the eyes into the orbital socket ledge. And tap, tap, tap. And it might just feel kind of good. Hopefully, that's my prayer. And then if there was a place that was like, that felt really delicious, go back there for a last little bit. Or circulate throughout. What makes you smile? Do that, right? And then release your hands to your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Clearing, releasing, surrendering. And then just pause and notice. Coming back to the Ma and the Om and the feeling tone in your eyes and your face. The dawn of relaxation arriving. And then once again, the eyes blink open. And let's go a little bit deeper into the freedom of the eyes. So continuing to feel the support of the chair behind you, receive it behind you, beneath you. We tend to be a little bit futuristic, right? Notice that and come back into your back pockets, beloveds. Shoulders back and down, head resting on the throne of your wingback chair, your imaginary wingback chair. And then without letting your chin dip or rise, just begin looking out over your right shoulder. Keeping your eyes in the center of your face. Try not to let them go faster than your head. Right? So just looking out over your left shoulder as far as you comfortably can. And then notice the point beyond you, like, there's a goalpost, a guidepost of where I'm stopped physically. And then allow your eyes to go a little bit further. And see if they take your head with you, right? Neck gets a little bit more range from the eyes. And then the eyes come back to that original place that you were stopped. And then together the eyes and the head come back to center. Try not to let the eyes get ahead of you. Keeping them right there. Flanking the nose. Right? And we see a little bit of skipping, a little ratcheting. That's just distortion on the nervous system, just distortion on the nervous system. And when you're back to center, close the eyes, take a clearing breath. Lean into that exhale. Receive your chair beneath and behind you, eyes blink open. Keeping the eyes accompanying the nose, we begin to look out over the left shoulder, just slowly coming across the horizon, very slowly. Life is moving fast enough. Let's slow it down a bit. And when you get to the end of your range of comfort, whenever you get there, just notice the guidepost out beyond. Okay, that's where I'm physically stopped. And then allow your eyes to continue even further beyond that left shoulder. The head will travel with, if it wants. And we get a little bit more range. The eyes and the neck simultaneously innervated. They're in cahoots. And then the eyes come back to that original place of being stopped and together with the nose, coming back to center very slowly. Clearing distortion from eyes and neck through this gentle movement borrowed from Feldenkrais. And when you get back to center, close the eyes, breathe into your eye sockets. Exhale, housekeeping. And now, keep your head centered, keep your eyes closed, and do it one more time without opening the eyes. Just let them begin traveling on the horizon, out over your right shoulder, without dipping or lifting, straight off the horizon, traveling east, as far east as they want to go. Pause there on the eastern shore, and then slowly come back to center. Pause at center, allow everything to arrive. And then continue westward, following the horizon very slowly, just as you did with eyes open, but keeping them closed. And then off the Pacific coast you go, as far as the eyes will travel. Pause for a moment, and then very slowly coming back into center. Notice any involuntary movement that might want to happen in the neck, the head moving. Arriving at center, take a homecoming breath. And then a breath for nothing. Eyes blink open. Head is centered. Receiving the chair behind us from head to shoulders. Yep. There's that tendency to lean a little bit into the future. Let's be here now. And then one last time. Let's see what we got. Eyes stay in the center of the head. And sometimes I even use my hand there to keep my eyes from moving faster than my skull. As we slowly begin moving in the direction of the right shoulder. This nice and slow, mindful movement. Just noticing our tendency to be in a hurry. And continuing as far off as you will, and noticing if your original stop place isn't a little further. Oh my. Almost spinning the head around, right? And then from that stop place, release your hand if you were using it, and let your eyes go a little further still. Oh boy. There's the range after just a little bit of love injected in the eyes and neck. Come back to the stop point. And if you want to, use your hand once again to keep the eyes moving with the nose back to center. Slowly. Who's in a hurry? And why? Coming back to center, release the hand, pause at center. Take a breath because you can. Give it back because you're generous. Oh, feel what's happening, eyes and neck. And then maybe you use the other hand as we begin journeying in the direction of the left shoulder. Slowly. What if what you're doing is exactly what you need to be doing at the exact moment you need to be doing it? And where does hurry fit into that equation? And again, noticing if the end of the road where you're physically stopped might be a little further than it was. Go there, then get the hand out of the way and let the eyes go a little bit further still. Oh my goodness. You really see a little bit more of what's happening behind us now. Our ability to dip our toes into the wisdom of the past, and then maybe the hand comes back as we journey in the direction of the now. Slowly, slowly. Like the trip home tends to be a little bit expedited, right? See if we can move with as much mindfulness back to center as we did away from it. Riding home, we release the hand, we close the eyes, and we breathe. And just pause and notice. Coming back to Ma. Noticing how it feels in your skull, the eyes. Allowing for a great softening to continue washing over you. And the eyes once again come open. And the final frontier, perhaps noticing what's going on in the mouth and what tension may be stored in the jaw. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been catching myself taut in the jaw, my face distorting in some way to try to hold the mask on, as if that were necessary. As if I didn't have a big enough honker doing the job, right? So we've been perhaps a little more engaged in the jaw than usual. So just take a moment to notice, maybe close your eyes once again and feel, like, what's the climate in the jaw? And a way to check in with that perhaps is, where is the tongue in the mouth? Is it in Shavasana, relaxed down in the floor of the mouth? Is it floating up towards the roof of the mouth? Anytime the tongue presses on the roof of the mouth, it can stimulate frontal lobe activity. So we invite it to just, relax. Like soften the tongue and see if the jaw doesn't follow suit. Play the game of how soft can you get your tongue, releasing it at the root. And then even imagine that you could release your teeth from the root and soften the grip there. Softening the grip of the tongue and the grip of the teeth, as if noticing what happens in the jaw. So the mandible orienting us in space, and there's nowhere to go right now. So allow the jaw to clock out and soften. And then let's give a little bit of tapping to the area of the mouth. So take a hand, and right there between your nose and your lips, give a little tap, tap, a little love tap. Whichever hand feels good, and just tap around. You only do both hands, and your face allows you to. It depends on the size of your face. Right? Just tap around. Just above the lip, beneath the nose. And let it feel like it's just jarring, tension, loose and free. anything, any old crusty nonsense in the cells and the fibers and the tissues, just tap, tap, tap. Right? And then let's come down beneath the lip, between the lip and the chin. One or both hands, find what works for you. And just tap around in any way that feels good. Just allowing the echoes of that gentle tap to reverberate throughout the jaw. And then let it go. Pause and notice. Inhaling Ma. Om. Ma. Om. And for our last bit of time together, just feel how gently your eyes can soften into the orbital sockets. The eyelids barely touching. The space between the eyes is soft. The space between the ears is softer. The tongue deep in Shavasana. Everything about the face. Releasing, surrendering, and seeking the lowest level. Moving beyond the reach of effort. Just receiving the vibratory lullaby carried on the breath. Love, light. May this be your place to return again and again throughout your day, throughout your life. Relaxing the skull, the face, and all that lies deep within. To that possibility, to that opportunity, the two palms press and the head bows. To each and every one of you, Namaste, Namah Shivaya. All that is good in me bows to all that is good in you, and it's all good. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the generosity of your attention. And let's all go forth in the name of love. Peace, y'all. Have a beautiful day. If you have any questions or answers, chat's open. Chat with us. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness. And remember that the Georgia Museum of Art has all of these experiences on their YouTube channel. And then I am the founding director of the Healing Arts Center, which houses Sangha Yoga Studio. And we too have a YouTube channel, Sangha Yoga Studio. And I have 80 or 90 videos on there that are yours anytime, night or day. Okay? So I'm there for you on YouTube. And then I'm also at the Healing Arts Center if you want to reach out to me. And in the meanwhile, come to the museum. It's supremely beautiful. Okay.